Hello there.
Why hello there. If you saw the title or thumbnail, you know that we're talking about the Fortnite split reality theory. Basically, what this theory is that OG will follow different events from what it initially did back in 2017 to 2019. What that means is, basically, the meteor might not hit Dusty Divot, it might hit Tilted this time, and that will change how the Fortnite storyline will go. Yes, you have heard that correctly. If the meteor hits Tilted, that would make a catastrophic event. Basically, instead of hitting Dusty Divot, it'll hit Tilted. Meaning that IO, the Matadora, won't build their base of operations there, like in Season 4. Also, that might change the events of who the superheroes are, like the Carmite and stuff, because back in Season 4, they were there to create a movie, and the movie was kinda based off the meteor coming. So maybe if the meteor hits Tilted, they would have different superhero skins and supervillain skins, like back in Chapter 1, Season 4. Like, yeah, that was the superhero season, but we are also getting the Visitor in that season, which I think most people expected. That the Visitor will, like, change the OG mode in a better way than it is now. By the way, subscribe, it helps me a bunch. Yep, you saw that correctly. Now it's about the Rocket Zip Live event. So you guys all remember in Chapter 1, Season 4. If you don't, what were you doing, like? Why weren't you playing Fortnite back in Season 4? But anyways, I'll stop flexing how I was playing Fortnite in Season 4 and get to the topic. Basically, the Rocket Zip departed from the supervillain base, and basically it flew around everywhere and rifts started cracking up and stuff like that. But if the meteor hits Tilted, some of the debris might actually hit the base area where the base was built, the mountain, basically. Base. Yeah. Basically, it might hit that and end up not making the supervillain base there, meaning that the Visitor's Rocket Zip might have a different trajectory.
This is Giant Cube now.
Kevin the Cube, one of the most loved things in all of Fortnite. Just that big purple cube that got summoned by lightnings by evil aliens in Season 5, and also technically in Season 7 of Chapter 2 if you count the alien mother ships having cubes on them. So yeah, basically, if Tilted got hit by a meteor, that would mean that Kevin the Cube, who goes through Tilted on his original path, won't. Or he would, but I'll explain to you. Basically, Kevin the Cube follows a Pacific path back in Season 5 of Chapter 1. And that path went through Tilted and destroyed a building. If Kevin, therefore, goes through Tilted when it got hit by a meteor, then that would mean that Kevin the Cube might get stuck in the crater, or it would take longer for Kevin to get to Loot Lake, or it will just never get to Loot Lake. That would change most of the storyline going forward, actually. Mainly for Chapter 2 Season 7 storyline and Chapter 2 Season 8. Because that involves a lot about Kevin the Cube going to Loot Lake. Also, it would change Season X, but I'll get long to that when we talk about Neo Tilted. Yeah, Caddis v Doris. Mech v Monster. So, you all know that the mech wins against the monster while fighting them in season 9. Basically, if the meteor hits tilted, then neo-tilted will never happen, meaning that the sword that the monster uses to win against the robot wouldn't exist. Meaning the monster will win, and the 0 point will never be unexposed. Or maybe it will be by the monster. Like initially the monster tried to grab the 0 point, but he didn't because the mech only stopped him because of the sword. And if neo-tilted never exists, that sword never exists, means the mech loses and the monster wins. That would change Season X for worse or for better. Let's hope that OG mode goes down this path, because I really want to see what happens like.
Reality, oh, there goes gravity.
And if Epic Games misses out on this opportunity of a lifetime, what else have been waiting for? What players have been wanting? An alternate reality of OG. If they miss out on it, they have one more chance, one last place that they could make another reality. At the end of Season X, the 0 point implodes and the black hole forms, and it brings us to Chapter 2. There is some leaks that have been circulating around that apparently after Season X we're going to get Season 11, 12, 13, 14, all that stuff. So if that truly happens, we might be seeing either a brand new storyline for OG mode or a repeated storyline of Chapter 2 but on the OG map. Yeah, pretty cool, right?